I always love asking this question, whether it's with clients or just with people I get chatting to. And the reason why I love this question so much is because I think it's a really important question to ask yourself, and I think it can create a lot of really important answers that you're looking for when it comes to your health, your body, your lifestyle, your diet, etc., etc. And that question is this: what is your version of health? What does it actually look like to you? And for most, usually the picture that's created in your mind is probably a skinny body, maybe you're looking toned, maybe you've lost fat, maybe you're on a beach sipping a cocktail with the sun setting behind you, having no worries of the world whatsoever. All things that are completely fair and valid to one. And in the pursuit of that, you've consequently tried every single plan and diet under the sun and moon. You've done MyFitnessPal and tried to track calories. You've followed that friend's diet that worked for them. You've downloaded that 6 week shred from Instagram. You've done Slimming World. You've tried going gluten free after watching a random video on social media back in 2016. And every time you start strong, maybe you even see some change. Yet you always end up feeling and being in the exact same place in the end, feeling trapped, stuck, and ultimately falling flat on your arse. And every attempt has led you to constantly experience or now possess new problems. You end up obsessing about food 24/7. You end up dreading every single social event that's coming up on the horizon. You end up hating the food that you eat. You feel like every choice you make, you have to choose between results and happiness. And the worst part is, every failure or fall down or shortcoming you experience, you start blaming yourself for the whole fiasco. Having to now contemplate on whether you have to now accept that this is just how your body's going to be and that you'll never make the change that you really want, or you have to go down and find another new random diet and just hope and pray that this was the one that will finally work. But here's the truth. The reason why you keep experiencing this is because those diets and plans that you keep trying always miss one of the most important parts in the equation. And that is what you truly want out of your life or how you live and how you want your diet and health to impact your life. And instead, those diets and plans made you live your life around their rules, their way of doing things, making you cut out foods that you really enjoy, creating an exercise routine that makes you say bye-bye to your partner and you never see them again, or becoming that person who has to bring Tupperware with them to every single social event and meal out possible just so you can hit your macro targets. And because of that, it's meant that you can never find a way of fitting food into your life in the way that suits your needs. Finding what you enjoy with exercise, what challenges you, what pushes you. Addressing the problems that you face between where you are now to where it is you want to be. And ultimately, understanding how you really want to live your life. And this is exactly why I made my program, the APM method, to help show you a path that not only helps you make the desired changes that you want with your body, but a path that helps create freedom and joy in the way that you live, eat, and exercise. And if you watch this video to the end, I can promise you that there is a way where you can finally go from a diet failure or someone who feels like they don't have the it to someone who can make the changes with your body in your own unique way, in your version. Meaning, no more food rules, no more cutting out cake, no more forcing yourself to go to the gym, no more calorie targets below 1,200 calories, no more 3 a.m. wake ups at night for food, no more uncontrollable snacking. But before I do so, I need to give you some context behind the APM method itself. And what I'm about to share is probably something you've felt too. See, I used to be a little bit like you. I thought being healthy meant looking a certain way, having abs, bigger arms, shredded physique, low body fat, maybe even a spray tan and some nice white shiny teeth. And when I decided to make the conscious effort to change my health and body, I went all in. But chasing that version of health turned into something else entirely. It became a pursuit of a body, not a life. And the crazy consequence is, it actually cost me both. See, For me, I took the learning approach first. I studied health obsessively. I read every blog, website, video I could find, from bodybuilding.com to YouTube to even the NHS website. I followed influencers. I tracked every macro. I trained for hours each day. I convinced myself that if I could control everything, my diet, my body weight, my training, my routine, everything in my life would fall into place. That if I looked the part, I'd feel it too. And for years, I trained like a maniac and ate like a monk. My gym sessions were brutal, involving tons of German volume training, which is where you do 10 sets on a single lift, and I did that for 6 days straight every week. And my diet was full of protein powder and Rice Krispies, which made me retch every single time I ate them, and chicken, rice, and veg for literally every single lunch and dinner. I had no cake, no chocolate, no alcohol, nothing remotely fun at all, all in the pursuit of reaching this perfect number of 80 kilograms. And still to this day, I genuinely do not know where that number came from. I just thought it would make me matter. And even though I thought I was doing everything by the book, I couldn't help but stop obsessing over every action I took. I constantly thought about food every second of every day. I found the gym was breaking me more than pushing me. I even found myself feeling detached from myself and life. And the real kicker was, my body wasn't changing either. And eventually, through exhaustion, I decided to pursue a degree in sport nutrition, made me to understand what the truth to all this was. And after coaching for over 5 years now, I really see how backwards everything I was doing. And ultimately, I was following advice made for someone else: bodybuilders, fitness influencers, people whose entire identity relied on looking a certain way. And I realized I never actually wanted any of that. My pursuit for changing my body didn't come from simply wanting to change my body. It came from hoping that if I changed my body, I'd become someone else, someone who I didn't know or wanted to be. But what I realized was really I was looking for freedom. Freedom from worrying about every time I took my top off. Freedom to eat without spiraling. Freedom to actually just enjoy food and enjoy life and enjoy each moment that I was in. And the problem was, my pursuit only led me to exacerbate those problems, not stop them. And what I've also learned through my journey is others, like yourself, feel and experience the same. Under wanting those abs, seeing the belly shrink, wanting to wear shorts rather than covering your legs, deep down, you're also looking for freedom as well. And this is what the APM method is all about. It's to help you make the changes you want with your body and your health in a way that actually fits the life you want to live. And to make this shift happen, we use what I call the freedom triangle. And these three pillars will help you live differently, not just eat and train differently. And at the core of the program, we aim to create something that I call food freedom. And what food freedom means is eating and living from a place of self trust and love. And it means not bouncing between restriction and binging. It means fueling your body properly, not undernourishing it, so that way you can focus on the tasks or the things in front of you without food niggling in your mind. And exercising so it pushes you, not punish you, and to help not just change the outside, but to also help change the internal side of you as well. And to do that, we have the three core pillars that will help you walk down that path. And the first pillar being nutrition. And what we follow with this pillar is something that I call the stability loop. And this is the foundation to how you'll be eating, not just for the short term, but forever. And you do this through following three principles: regular eating, so your body is nourished and is eating all the right foods it needs every day; food inclusion, so you stop fighting your body over whether or not to have the biscuits and simply enjoy the biscuits and move on with life; and eating for life, so that way you're able to know exactly what to eat in whatever situation you find yourself in, and meaning no more panicking when you're at parties and no more guilt when you're on holiday. You're able to eat and simply move on with life. And doing this essentially preps your body for change. So when it comes to them making the physical changes, whether that's getting stronger, losing fat, or a little bit of both, your body is in the right place to adjust to that naturally, but you'll find it's in a much more easier and energized fashion. The second pillar is training, and we focus on what I call movement for health. So rather than training for the sole purpose of calories or punishing yourself for eating cake, you train to feel capable, powerful, and proud. And we help you find the form of exercise that you enjoy and love. And that way, putting your trainers on feels like a breeze, and you're able to push your body week in and week out and ultimately grow, with the idea of you doing this for years to come. And the last pillar is mindset, and we follow something that I call hooking. This pillar basically helps you rewrite the rules that you've normally followed in the past. So no more thinking that I'll be happy when I'm X weight. No more I need to earn my food. No more I need to lose weight to feel this. We teach your brain to start living and being the way you've always wanted to be. And this helps you not only see the changes that you want to experience, but it also helps and creates the scenario of being and keeping those changes, not just for the short term, but for the forever game. And all of this helps set you down a path where you can finally make the change that you've always desired in a way that you can live in the way you've always wanted. And having been someone who's done similar to you and following basically poor advice and poor plans and finding diet, health changes and exercise take over my life, I can promise you this way that I'm showing you is way better. And more importantly, it's a way of living that lasts. After all, to answer the very original question I made at the start, health is all about making it into your own version, into your own life. And if it's not going to do that, if it's not going to put you into the equation, then there's something fundamentally wrong. And if you're ready to make the steps forward into this path, then you would definitely love my email list, which pours more into what I've spoken about here in greater detail. And it's all free and out every single Monday to Friday. And if you want to join, just hit the link here, or there's a link in the description below. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to comment below, reply to any of my emails, or message me through my social media at any point that you like. And until then, I'll catch you in the next one.